Every NBA season is highlighted by some pretty blockbuster moments, but some go viral more than most. So stay with us in this video as we take you through the most viral moments in NBA history. Starting with a moment from 2010 that absolutely broke the internet involving Kobe Bryant. It was early in the third quarter and the Orlando Magic were up 59-55 against the Lakers in March 2010. Barnes and Kobe had been going at each other all night, both mentally and physically, and it all boiled down to a point where Barnes had admitted he wanted to fight Kobe. Of course, he couldn't do that, so he did the next best thing. He tried scaring the Mamba by faking a pass in front of his face. Normally, that would make any player flinch because no one wants to get hit in the face with a ball. Not Kobe though. Number 24 didn't even flinch. This moment, while seemingly ordinary, oozes all the Mamba mentality aura being caught on camera. It has gone down as one of the coldest and most iconic moments in Kobe Bryant's legendary career and has over 100 million views across all social media. While still on the topic of mentality giants, we have not just a moment, but pretty much an entire game that had the whole world buzzing. The Cavalier comeback.
Taken by Spade's final seconds. It's over! It's over! Cleveland is a city of champions once again!
The NBA playoffs always deliver drama, but 2016 was special. The Golden State Warriors were coming off an insane 73-win season. Steph Curry was the unanimous MVP, and they had gone up 3-1 against LeBron James's Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving helped the Cavs to an impossible comeback by winning games 5 and 6 on the road, despite the Warriors having only lost 2 home games all season. The most viral moments, though, came in Game 7 when these two OGs put the entire city on their backs and took the Cavaliers to arguably sports' greatest ever championship win.
Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
It's hard to say which moment was the most viral. There was the LeBron block versus Andre Iguodala in the final minutes. And there was Kyrie's clutch three-pointer with just 53 seconds on the clock. But the fact remains that this Game 7 got over 40 million views on YouTube in the next 2 years, making it one of the most viral moments in the history of the NBA. But sometimes players don't even need to get on the court to have a viral moment. Allen Iverson knows all about that. For younger fans who don't know, Allen Iverson just might have been the most talked about athlete of all time. Whether it was about the way he dressed or how he played during games, the media was always on his back without him asking for it.
What?
To be said about this interview, but this one went viral more than any other moment with one of the best pure scorers in NBA history. Iverson legit came into a Philadelphia 76ers press conference wearing a Boston Red Sox hat and then proceeded to go on what is now known as the practice rant. It's almost impossible for you to have never seen this video, and if you haven't, you've definitely heard it being parodied or mocked somewhere, in not just sports, but pop culture.
We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside.
Moving on, we're throwing it back with the Larry Bird and Julius Erving throwdown. Modern day history talks about Bird versus Magic a lot, so many tend to forget that the Celtics legend also had beef with Dr. J, and that beef led to this infamous 1984 fight between the future Hall of Famers. Boston and the 76ers were both undefeated in the build-up to this match, so it was a tough game. And then, late in the third quarter, Irving somehow had Bird down on the ground, which the Celtics star never appreciated. As he got up and tried to shove Dr. J away, one thing led to another, and next thing anyone knew, the two superstars were exchanging heavy punches. It took Charles Barkley and Moses Malone to get involved to calm the brawl. Both Irving and Bird got pretty hefty fines for their troubles, and that was all, but this crazy moment has lived on in the hearts and minds of fans. One good thing about the NBA though, wholesome and cute moments can sometimes go as viral as brawls. If you don't believe that, then explain why this moment between Kobe and Steph Curry had over 17 million views in just 4 years. The episode with Matt Barnes showed Kobe Bryant's tough side, but during the Warriors game against the Lakers in 2014, the Mamba showed another side to his game, and fans absolutely loved it. Strangely enough, the Warriors were actually blowing the Lakers completely out of the water with a score of 78-49 midway through the third quarter. During a sequence of the game, Curry was trying to add to his points tally, but he had Kobe playing close defense on him. In a sleek move, he managed to shake the Mamba off and connect a deep three-pointer, which impressed the crowd and apparently Kobe too, who ran down to Curry and slapped him on the butt as a sign of respect for his game. This wasn't the first or the last time Kobe Bryant expressed how much he rated a young Steph Curry, but this moment definitely soothed the hearts of fans worldwide, hence all the talk about it on social media. Up next, we have a more embarrassing moment involving J.R. Smith. Fast forward 2 years from the Cavaliers' epic comeback against the Warriors, the two teams met again in the 2018 NBA Finals. It was Game 1 and the game was deadlocked at 107-107 with 4.7 seconds on the clock. Now, George Hill should have gotten all the stick for missing a game-winning free throw, but we all forget that. And why? Because the ball dropped to J.R. Smith for the rebound, only for him to race outside the arc, instead shooting the ball and hoping for a buzzer beater. LeBron was open and yelling for J.R. to shoot, but it seemed as though he had completely forgotten what time it was. The Cavs eventually got swept as the Warriors won their third championship in 4 years, but this moment is undoubtedly one of the biggest mistakes in NBA history. Next on our list of the most viral NBA moments is Isaiah Thomas versus the Frosty fan. There's not much to be said about this other than how comical the whole thing was. Philadelphia 76ers against the Washington Wizards. Wizards point guard Isaiah Thomas gets ejected for attacking two fans who allegedly yelled profanities at him. That's not alright, but it wasn't new either. What made this moment viral was when Thomas explained in a post-game interview that he confronted the fan later on during the game, only for the dude's excuse to be, "Sorry, I just wanted a Frosty."
Running back and the fan has both of his middle fingers up and said 3 times. I say, "Don't be disrespectful." And his response was, "I'm sorry, I just wanted a Frosty."
For context, Wendy's had a promotion ongoing where fans at the Wells Fargo Center would get 1 free Frosty if a player on the opposing team misses 2 free throws in a row. So the fan just wanted to get Thomas to miss his shots, not because he wanted his team to win, but because he wanted a free Frosty. Absolutely hilarious. But if there's one moment that's so good it needed to go viral, it's T-Mac's 13 and 35. True Ultra Instinct Goku. Cosmic Ghost Rider. White Phoenix Jean Grey. What do they all have in common? All modes where superheroes achieve maximum abilities. Well, Tracy McGrady achieved this ultimate mode in December 2004 when the Houston Rockets were 12 points behind the Spurs with just 33 seconds to go in the game. The Spurs definitely thought they had the game in the bag until T-Mac somehow scored 13 points in just 33 seconds. Dude locked into alpha mode and made 4 buckets from beyond the arc, 1 free throw, and an insane steal to give one of the greatest NBA miracles of the 21st century. If any moment should be more viral than it already is, it's definitely this one. Getting to the end of our list, we have one clumsy Blake Griffin moment. It was the 2014 NBA playoffs, and big ol' Blake wasn't having a good night. He had played just 19 minutes against the Warriors in the opener of the Clippers' first-round series. The game was tied 105-105 with 48.3 seconds left, and the Clippers definitely would need their big man if they were going to get anything out of the game. And just then, Griffin fouled out, and his night was over. He was standing at the sidelines with a cup of water when the call was made, and to show his disappointment, Griffin threw his hands and the cup of water in the air and ended up drenching the fans seated behind him with water. Was it accidental? Was it intentional? Well, like Kanye West said,
I guess we'll never know.
Last on our list of most viral NBA moments, we have the Malice at the Palace. The only reason this moment isn't more viral than it already is because it took place before the social media era. But it definitely has enough drama because there's a whole Netflix documentary about it. The Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons were the best teams in the Eastern Conference back in 2004. Such competition made them rivals all season long, so when they met in November at the Palace in Detroit, tensions were high. In the final minutes of the game, the Pistons' Ben Wallace got into a bit of a scuffle with Pacers' Ron Artest. After the two were separated, Artest taunted the Detroit crowd by lying on the scorer's table, which caused an angry fan to throw a cup at him. From there, it all just got explosive. And by explosive, we're talking about stuff as violent as the drunk bar fights we see in movies. The police had to get involved. The game was canceled. Ron Artest was suspended for the remainder of the year, and a number of players got suspended for about half of what remained of the season. Which of these do you think is the craziest? Let us know in the comments section and enjoy our other videos.